Maayong hapon, Sugbo. Good afternoon, good afternoon. This is Miss G. You are listening to Miss with Miss G here at TMC 105.1 FM, the most Cebu conversations. We are live streaming on Tops Media Center, FB, TikTok, and the YouTube channel. And for those of you who wants to join our conversations, you may text us at 0999 887-6070. Again, that's 0999-887-6070. Again, maayong hapon ka natong tanan. Miss with Miss G is a 2-hour radio show every Wednesdays and or Fridays at 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. about beauty pageants and more. We go deep into the beauty pageants from the sitio, barangay, municipal, all the way to the national and even international level. I am your host, Miss Glenda Suico, or Miss G, a personality development and pageant trainer, and we will talk about all the ins and outs of pageants and other pageant-related topics, which includes but is not limited to social issues and its relevance to the society today, using the platform of pageantry as a venue for open communication, collaboration, and creating something beautiful that showcases beauty with a purpose, using pageant as an arena for social justice and equity. Magstorya lang gud-tagod, let's talk. Let's have a conversation only at TMC's Miss with Miss G. Hello everyone, mayong hapon. And of course, our topic this afternoon is si ADAN. Uy, medyo kuan kay siya da kanang daghan kitang mahuna-hunaan. Nga ano yung kaning ADAN, nga no gyud, o di ba? My guest this afternoon is none other as the reigning, bago lang gini siya nabalik gikan, I think, from Singapore, ba to? And he joined the Mr. International Philippines 2025 and eventually took home the crown Mr. Earth International Philippines 2025. He is the Ginoong Pilipinas 2023 Cebu-based model under Admar Model Philippines. Nag-guest na ninako siya actually last time when we were talking about Mr. or Miss. Patpadung pa to siya adto, and then I'm having him back because of course ato sang isibya og atong ipanghambog og maayo kay nakadaog gyud ta, nakakuha ta sa corona. O di ba? Here is our Mr. Earth International Philippines 2025, Mr. Lars Kent Dawson.
Hey, hello. Good afternoon, Miss G, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are watching and listening to us right now.
Yes, hi Lars. Kumusta ang Singapore? How was the trip?
From Singapore, now we are in Singapore like...
Di ba? Kaan sa kesanan. Pero di man kayo Singapore-like. Maglunop man, oy.
Sige, mag-uwan, Miss G.
Sige, uwan ya. Maglunop sad. Kay ambot, oy, ano nang, kuan, nga tangtang man daw. Di lang ko mo storya na napita ka tingali. Kuan ta. Ari sa di sa ato
That's
ang...
a different radio show.
Yeah, it's a different radio show. But, you know, we do dwell on social responsibility and social issues. But dili lang kayo sa anak nato diha kana ato lang sang obserbahan kay labi na ron nga medyo nagkilom-kilom man if you look at outside, no, dito kasi gawas nagsuri-suri kapag abot nimo medyo kanang dagom kilom-kilom. So hopefully di kay siya mukusog kay ang amua in town diring mga wires mo appeal sad. Every time there's kanang naidugdug og kilat, hasa ang among wires diri mo dugdug og kilat og appeal. Actually, we were off air for pila ganita ka minutes nag off air, Raf?
I think around an hour and a
an
half.
hour, but thanks to, of course, the amazing the engineer Kuya
Yes.
Magic. He did his magic, and he did it in like under 15 minutes, I think. Yeah, more or less, you know, with all those ang ako ra yung gidalit adto no kay nakabitbit ko og scissor. Being a nurse, always bring my sister. Girl Scout man ta. Moro gyud akong nadalit. All of that ang katungkuan sila ra yung Ralph nagtuwad-tuwad diha og nag-exhibition diha sa kanang kuan kay we were off air for like di masad koan dugay-dugay pero na na magic ra gyud in town ni Kuya Magic. So, at
Perfect.
least now we are on air na padayon na to atong show na
Yes.
kuyawan ko kadiyot kay tingalig dili
Di mo na yun.
madayon ba. And then it's kind of late telling you nga dili lang sa taron and everything, but I'm so glad and I'm happy nga diri ka. And then again, before ta makalimot, thank you kaayo Lars for gracing us with your presence. Salamat jud kay sana for always saying yes.
Of course, Miss G. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I mean, not everyone can be in a radio show. And of course, we're here in Cebu. Perfect. I'm here. So
Yes, so why not,
Why
di ba?
not? Yes.
Yeah, it's not just we're dili lang ta madungog sa radyo. We this is a hybrid actually ang TMC, the Tops Media Center. We go live. Of course, we have our own topmediacenter.com, a website, and we have our FB, our TikTok, and our YouTube channel. And then you can hear us also sa radyo. So, hybrid yun siya. So, in all mediums, all social media, and all broadcasting mediums, ato yun siyang gitirahan kay para we get more people to listen to us. And especially, kani my segment nga Miss wherein we talk about pageants and more. So, dili lang ta magstorya paso-paso, dili lang ta magstorya bahin ang the crown and the beauty contest. Of course, as a role model and somebody we have also kay di ba ang kaning mga pageantera tuo man gud ni sila good Lars nga pagwapahay lang, pagwapuhay lang. We do have our advocacies. We do have our ato ang mga stand also and our mga gitawag natong social responsibilities. And let me ask you first sa imuhang unsa ba ang imuhang advokasya kana siya? Let's tutok muna on the advocacy.
Yes, most definitely, Miss G. I agree with you in all the going back to what you said that some people, if looking from the outside, people might think it's all about the glam and all about the
Yes.
looks, but we are also standing for something, especially in the male pageant arena. It's not just about our physical, but also what's in our, internal, you could say, and what we stand for. But to answer your question about what my advocacy is, it's actually about sustainability. We used to be the commissioner for community development
Yes.
in a non-government organization here in Cebu, but now I'm actually being elected as a chairman for national projects.
Congratulations on
Yes.
that one.
But it's still elections are still coming, so
Dako sad na siya nga responsibility. Bisag unsa pa na kadako or gamay nga organization, it's still a
Yes.
big responsibility.
thank you. And yeah, going back to that, it's really my main advocacy is sustainability. Funny story, Miss G.
Okay.
I never really expected to be Mr. Earth, but when during the national pageant,
Yeah.
we were asked to make a final speech before we do the announcement of the top 5 and the crowns. And for some reason, I just it was like built in me to say about the river cleanups that I made and our ongoing projects with we have an ongoing project with Japan wherein we
Yes.
turn trash collected from those river cleanups and turning them into fuel, which is clean energy. So it's really good.
It's very good.
So-
Oo.
So that's ongoing right now, and I never really thought about targeting specifically for Mr. Earth, but as I've looked back on my performance on that final speech, I was like, oh, I'm really destined for Mr.
Pang
Earth.
Mr. Earth talaga.
Yeah.
Because, Earth, it's about Mother Earth.
Yes.
You being the partner kuno kay Mr. Baya of Mother Earth. So, with you, an environment and all those things. So, pang Mr. Earth, good. It
Yes.
was really meant for you.
It was meant for me, and I never really realized it. And looking back, like Sir Dexter, my manager, Dexter Alazas, was really he was really the one who pushed me to be proactive in all these activities
Right.
with different organizations. And it's so funny how he had that vision that. I mean, who would have known? Like all these years, that was like 5 years ago. All these years later, I will be Mr. Earth, and
I know.
it was like, wow, it's the stars really align for you, and it's really your destiny.
And again, congratulations. Mo pakpak ta diha
Wow.
ka sabi. Aha. Oh, may
Thank
tag na
you.
ginadunggan diha. There you go.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But anyway, kani siya Lars. Let's talk about you. Kay we never had that chance kakatong kay duha man good mo the guest that time. So let's talk about you as a person. When when did it pila imong edad nga nisangtop sa imong ulo nga mo appeal ka og pageant, and how did it start? Did you start as a model or did you start with pageantry? And what made you decide? Or was it nga diha na ba jud ka sa gamay pa ka? Kaya naman ko usahay like gamay pa, pusing-pusing, kuan-kuan, picture-picture. Nga mo that dream.
Yes.
Me, I wanted to be Wonder Woman.
Wow.
When I was
Yes.
little, so I'm Wonder Mom now.
Wow,
So
of course.
I'm
That's
super
the true
mom.
superhero. That's
I'm
the
a
true
super mom now.
superhero,
So
yes.
perhaps sigway gamay pero at least super gihapon.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So sa imuha, at what age and then when did it nga gusto ko magpageanter sa pageant or gusto ko magmodel, and who started it? Kinsa ang imuha yung first gud nga mo'y nakaingon nga nganong nasulod ka sa pageant and modeling industry?
Okay, to answer that, Miss G, to answer the first question, how did I get into pageantry? Honestly, I was kind of against pageantry in the first.
That's interesting.
When I look at it at face value, I mean, I don't know. It's like maybe coming from Cebu, it's like during that time, maybe like 5 years ago, there was like a bad connotation with male pageants, and
Right.
it's not as like as advocacy driven right now, and it used to be like more about physical and not like maybe shallow. I looked at it as something shallow.
Shallow. Kay pang gwapo-gwapo hay lang.
Gwapo-gwapo
mo na siya.
lang. But also looking to answer the question about how I started it, I actually started as a model. But before that, my dad was actually a model first.
So ang naanad yudaan. You told me last time, yung DJ said ang imuhang
Yes.
papa. So karon, you didn't mention that one. So model ang imuhang dad. So that
Yes.
it started with him.
He was first. He was a model first. Then he became a DJ. And it's so funny because I'm still modeling, but like I'm transitioning to like hosting this time around. So I'm basically following his footsteps, and it's not really like intentional, but I'm still glad that I
You
kind of
did.
followed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaya naman uban mo, ingon sila ba nga, kay gi-groom, kay ang ginikanan gusto. It's the same thing, but kuan ba, like ako, with my daughter nga, actually, dili man, I never, I think also sa imuhang papa nga, wala man kaniya gi-groom to follow his footstep. Kaya of course, as a parent, kinahanglan kung unsay gusto sa bata, di ba?
Yes,
Mao man
yes,
kita,
yes.
that's how it is, you growing up and my kids growing up and me half-half. Kaya sa ako panahon lahi man, kay ang papa man ginabot ato, but
Okay.
of course, I made it sa ako ang kaugalingon. But eventually, because it's mao'y nakita ni mo, and you see, nausab imong huna-huna, at one point, mo nang you venture into it and you're happy.
Yes.
The way I
Yes.
see, you're very happy with it.
Thank you.
So, nakita ni mo, you had a very, bati ang imo ang connotation when it comes to pageant. When did it change? How did it change? Unsa imong nakita sa pageant, nga og sa modeling, nga nung nausab ang imong huna-huna?
This one king who was like my mentor and my like I don't know if you know him. He used to be from Cebu, but I think he's abroad now. He is abroad now. Eric Visser.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
you
yeah,
remember,
yeah, all right.
He was like he was really the one who like inspired me and trained me.
So, nag-meet mo dito? Before mo na ari diri or dinhi na mo nag-meet?
No, we met here in Cebu.
Okay.
Yes, and he was my like my mentor in modeling and pageantry.
Right.
And after his win, he was my predecessor in Ginoong Pilipinas.
Ginoong Pilipinas, yes.
And after that, I looked to myself. I was like, pageantry is you can be well spoken when you're. I mean, as Eric Visser is.
Yes.
You can be well spoken even if you're a male pageant candidate, because during that time people were like male pageants specifically were not so gifted in that area in the Q&A and communication.
I think it comes also with the territory. Kay ang lalaki manggod, lahi og built-in asa opposed sa babae. Kay a lot of men are, you keep to yourself as much as possible. Kanang more on calculative, manggod mo
Yes.
calculating kuan ba, as much as possible. Ang babae manggod, it's natural nga tabian. So I think that's also one for that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But ginoong Pilipinas, you know what? I should say, usa na sa pinakakaraan.
Yeah.
Sa ako ang panahon, it's the most kuan gina siya, sought after gina siya. So
Wow,
again,
yeah.
and you were 2023,
Yes,
right?
2023.
Congratulations
Thank
on that
you,
one.
thank you.
Good.
It was the revival period.
Most
Yeah, yeah.
katong panahon na kay nawagtang man na siya, so
Mhm.
kato that was your time.
Yes.
And then you got that one.
Yes.
Congratulations on that
Thank
one.
you so
Mars.
much, thank you.
And then go ahead, continue on sa kanang it through him na
Yeah.
meet mo siya.
When I met Eric Visser, he was already Ginoong Pilipinas that time. So I was like, oh, he's definitely more than a pretty face and a great body. So I was like, maybe I can impart some knowledge and use this as a platform to highlight some causes that I stand for. I was like kind of lost during that time. I was just like I was just a new model. I was probably like 20 or 21, still in school. So it never really came up to me in my mind that I will be joining pageants, because that said that it was a bit shallow for me. But
Yes.
after that, he really opened my actually it was in my final Q&A for Ginoong Pilipinas. It was the question was around the lines of why should you win Ginoong Pilipinas?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And for somebody nga who has this a little bit of a negative nga
Yes.
connote nimo ang pageantry, medyo tepahaw saan ako pagtubag nga medyo authentic pod ba
Yes.
ngayon ana.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I
How
think-
did you answer it?
I think that was really what made me stand out, because I started with a negative. I was like, a few weeks ago, I never really believed in pageantry and I thought it was shallow. But through our previous winner, Mr. Eric Leonard Visser, he really showed me that there's more to pageantry, and men can be more than just a pretty face and a nice physique, and we have causes that we stand for, and we can
Right.
use our voice for something bigger. Because it's mainly the females in the female pageantry scene that they stand for causes that are important and are relevant to society right
Right.
nowadays. So I think during that time it was the transition for male pageantry to be more advocacy driven, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah. Mas ning sakasad, mas ning kusugron pod. Ang ato ang mga male pageants, kadaghan na kaayo as opposed to sa unang nihit sa akong panahon sa una Ginoong Pilipinas sa gitumoy ka ng kusog kasanan, but now there are a lot. And
Yes.
you are going international, daghan kasanan. There's this if I'm not mistaken, a Man of the Universe, and we have a lot of, and then it's so nice to see nga ang mga lalaki nato is kanang kikargado ba ya sad mo bugal-bugal sad no aning pageant. Ang mga lalaki ra sad pod nga ay di kay they would say na gay
True,
o ang
true.
mga pill or ingon ana. So now nga daghan na kaysa nan kis I see nga there are those nga nangapil nga makaingo ko mga straight sa gid, di ba?
Yeah.
Though naa gyud gihapon the gay, but those who are formal gays
Yes,
nga
yes.
mo appeal, but nagsugod man gud na ang kanang Mr. Pageant o ang Mr. ug ang lakan ng mga macho gay na ana nga mga gays mo appeal. So this time it's nice nga daghan na kaayos ang nag-appeal. So if eventually karon naka-highlight na gyud mo, and then you've been winning a lot. Daghan king mga taga Pilipinas na nga ato ang mga mister nga na nakadaog og nag-bring home sa crown.
Definitely.
So it started with your dad at the same time, but actually ang nag-boost up yun mo was si
Eric.
Eric,
Yeah,
yes.
Eric,
And then from that started as a model. You.
Yes, I was. Since my dad was a model, my discoverer, I call him my discoverer, is Sir Dexter. Dexter Alazas. Hello, Sir Dex, if you're listening.
Hi, Mommy Dex.
If he already knew my dad, so he kind of like approached me to be a model. But at first, I was like, maybe I'm not I'm not tall enough, because it's models are.
Especially males.
Yeah,
Male
male
10, 6, usually muna to
It's
muna.
6'2", and I'm like almost 6 lang.
Yeah.
So it's like I was like, maybe modeling's not for me. So I scratched that out of my head. So until Sir Dexter really was like, convincing me to saying you can be into commercials, maybe less of runway, and even if like you could also do runway. I think that's what I've learned as well as a model as the years go by. Sometimes you need to have a specific look. So to everyone out there listening, if you're not tall enough, you can still be a model. You just have to fit a certain look, and if the designer or the brand is looking for that specific look, you can still land jobs. So I think that's one of my learnings from modeling for
Yeah,
a
and
few
then
years.
it's nowadays there's more inclusivity.
Exactly.
Di ba? Naanay mga plus size models, naanay ko. And so, sakto na. Eventually, if you have that look, naana, kanang tanaw, and then they see the X factor in
Yes,
you.
yes,
That, kanang moment na tawag na, nagit siya it, nagit siya something.
Naidating
Oo,
jud.
naidating. Di man ta kani siya super taas, di man ta kani siya super kanang thin. Kay, ang, di ba, yung tag model,
Yes.
the thin ones, nga
True.
really thin ones, and then, but then, here you see a model, because kay inig-ana lang daan, yeah, there it is. There's the X factor. That's
Yeah.
what made that person a model. Working on ana. So it started with, and then of course kang Sir Dexter, and then next to na. What year was this? How old were you when it started?
I think it was 2022. 2022. That was the year I joined my first pageant. It was in a school.
Yeah.
Mr. and Miss USC. Intramurals.
Intramurals. Oh well,
Yes.
everybody starts with
Yes,
intramurals.
everybody starts
It's a
there.
school base. It starts
Yes,
there.
yes.
Okay, and then.
And that was it. So I preparing for it. Sir Dexter really trained me to win the pageant. Of course, I landed as first runner up. Our winner actually is Mr. Friendship International right now,
Oh,
Jansen. So I got the title first runner up that year, and that really motivated me I kind of enjoyed the
Right.
pageantry scene and all the hype around the people. So that's what really pushed me to join my first pageant, Ginoong Pilipinas.
The Ginoong Pilipinas in
yeah.
2023.
2023,
and
next
then
year.
Then you won. And
Yes.
then, so, murag nag-abot-abot. You started with pageant, you started model, pag say mo sa model, school, and then the stage.
Yes.
Pero diretso, no? Wala ka ni
Diretso.
agi og kanang like barangay or
Exactly,
kanang
yeah.
kuan. As in dako gid diretso nga kanang
Diretso.
nga pageant, which is a Ginoong Ginoong Pilipinas.
Yes,
So
Ginoong Pilipinas.
2023. So with that one, so after Ginoong Pilipinas, what happened next?
When I won that pageant, that was the qualifying pageant for Mr. Universe Tourism.
So diha na.
Yes, that was the international pageant na.
So that was your first international pageant.
Yes, in 2024.
And then where was that held?
It was in Bali, Indonesia.
Wow. Mo sa ninindot sa perks pud ani
Yes,
ko ano okay.
free travel.
You get to travel. You know, but though, yes, of course na ay kanang makagasto man jud ka, dako man sa jung gasto no. But ang ako is if you represent, you are supported. Manggod. So
Definitely.
naa siguro kay gamayng gasto, but sige na lang pud kay adto kag laing country, you
Yes.
represent to you get to represent the Philippines.
Exactly.
Okay. So what happened with this specific pageant?
Well, I won first runner up.
First runner-up.
Yes.
For-
Speaking about Mr. Universe Tourism, I just want to give a shout out to the pageant. I mean, it was the best experience of my life. I've joined multiple pageants now. I think maybe like 4, including the international one, 4.
Yes.
And I would say it was the best for me.
ang kana siya
Yeah,
nga,
Mr. Universe
Mr.
Tourism.
Universe Tourism. What is their of course the word tourism no. So ang ilahang naagyapon sila hunted
Yes,
underground.
yes, they
It's
are.
going on.
Uh-huh.
It's going strong. Well, how is it different? Why did you enjoy it? Why is it for you is the best?
I think tourism for me is I think I really like aside from it being held in Bali. Bali is a beautiful,
Beautiful
place.
place,
Yeah.
yes.
I got to surf there and it was fun.
They have nice
And-
beaches, no? As in,
I mean, I would say
so-
Philippines still.
Philippines
Yeah,
style,
yeah.
but they have this area wherein ganang enclosed and all those but then
all the
you don't-
bays and all.
and of course perhaps the scenery and all the temples within that's what make it
True.
nice. Okay, go.
Yeah, and it was really one of the best experiences of my life. I would say it was really a highlight and Bali is very supportive of like tourism. I think tourism really aligns, something to do about tourism for me, and promoting tourism, sustainable tourism, it aligns with my advocacy.
Yes.
So I think it's really it was a great experience for me personally, because I think I'm more in line to that. But I'm still excited and not closing anything for Mr. Earth, because this
Yes.
time it's more advocacy driven. So
Yes, and it's the environment, which
Yes,
is
environment.
actually usa sa pinaka problema gid nato, even here in Cebu City and Cebu,
Especially
grabe.
here,
So
yeah.
perhaps it's kanang one of those advocacies nga kanang imuhag yung dapat tutukan to be of help with our kanang sa ato ang pinalangga nga Subo, kay usa gid na siya sa problemado ang atong environment.
Yes.
And perhaps there's a reason why nga nung ikaw mo'y napili nga Mr. Earth, murag mao na siguro na siya diha,
Yes.
murag the calling kumbaga yun ana. But
Mhm.
with Mr. Tourism, it's, nindot man gud siya good, kay it's all about different places where it is the culture, the heritage. Nindot siya scope. Mo'y nakanindot sa
Exactly.
usahay kaning the Mr. Tourism International. You get first
Universe
runner-up.
tourism.
Universe Tourism. Okay. So, your journey there, after ka nakadaog diha, it's mao na dayon ni sunod, which is the Mr. Earth.
No.
The international. Unsay sunod nimo nga?
As much as I would love to like sweep it under the rug, I joined another pageant, which I unfortunately didn't make it. Yeah, it was Mr. Pilipinas Worldwide. Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, I did. To be fair though, we had some Cebuano kings who really made it. So shout out to them still. And it was also a really good experience. I learned a lot from that pageant. I mean, that batch was like crazy. It was they called it an all-star batch.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just like basketball, ha?
Yeah,
All-star,
yeah.
ha?
I mean, not to name drop, but like one of the candidates was Kirk Bondad.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Kenneth Kabungkal, of
Kabungkal,
course,
oh.
from he's from Dumaguete, but Cebu based now. Yeah. I mean Manila based probably. Yeah, but
So
like,
really, naatanan dito, nagtapok
Yes,
dito. Ang
yeah.
tanang adan. Tapok dito. So it's really
Yeah.
kind of hard, no?
Yeah, it was
if,
hard.
Like, if it's an all-star niya, naatanan dito ang mga banggiitan, ang tanang mga maglibog sa jud sa siguro ang kanang kuan, ang mga judges ato
exactly.
nagtapunog ang mga may baya manubag, may
Super,
sad,
yeah.
mga bright case
Yeah,
tanan.
yeah.
And then mga kung sa babae pa na queenly aura, inyuha sa kingly or
Kingly.
emperorish
Yeah.
nga aura. So,
And to add to that, almost everyone was like a national title holder already during that time. So, honestly, for me, although I said earlier that I wanted to sweep it out of the rug because I didn't win, but I'm still really grateful for that experience because
Yes.
it was like master class in pageantry. I mean,
That's the term, master class. Yeah.
being with all these really experienced and
Right.
professional models and pageant kings, it was really like I really got to learn about work ethic,
Yes.
discipline, how to handle social media. I mean, that was like a free masterclass basically. Yeah.
Kanang murag libre nga pagtulunan, free lessons.
And not everyone can enroll. I mean, it was really like a once in a lifetime experience.
So, kana siya is, everything I think, no, is makadaog or dili. It's actually the journey.
Exactly.
It's what you learn out of that journey. Nga kanang mo na siya, kanang everything you do, dapat, you have to be grateful nga naadto ka, na-appeal ka to be one of those. How many contestants ba for the
Mr. Pilipinas
yeah.
Worldwide? I think we were 26, I think.
And then,
It's usually only 20, I think, yeah.
yes.
But the batch was so strong they decided to
Nag-abot
add the
sa
6.
juda ay tanan.
Yeah, nag-abot tanan.
Mura one of those days, ang tanang adan, apil ka taan ni, nag-abot dito tanan. So, ang screening committee, duda ko lang, peting libuga. So, nagtanan nga mga title holders, nag-abot dito.
Exactly.
So, perhaps that's why nga, instead niya 20, ato na lang yung
Add 6.
add 6
kay sayang po sayang.
kaayo. And it's a good exposure for you at
It
the same
definitely,
time.
yeah.
And again, learning. And then, with your nest kaning ang ato ang bag-o lang with the Mr. International. So using what you've learned with the master class.
Yes,
So it
exactly.
really helped you and you grabbed the Mr. Earth. And again, congratulations on
Thank
that
you so
one.
much.
Okay. Oh, there you go. So you mentioned about work ethics. Okay. Tell me what it takes to be a Mr. Okay, the work ethics, the one that you've mentioned, the one that you've learned sa master class. Because a lot of people would just think, mo api lang ka, pagwapo lang ka. Kana bitang mga ingon ana nga huna-huna. It's the same thing with us females nga, gwapa hayra na, nag-memorize na sa ilahang mga tubag. Kana bitang ingon ana. So they don't know that it's really hard work.
Yeah, it is.
And they don't know how many months of training. They don't know na we like an employee, di ba? We did talk about this in the previous one.
Yes,
Yung
we
mura
did.
siya kanang part murag job interview ka. And then as of course an employee, you are you subscribe to the organizations kana ilang mga rules and regulations at the same time. So that's why you mentioned kanina work ethics. So my question is, what does it really take to be a Mr. in the pageant world or in the pageant industry?
I think a big misconception in pageantry is it's really up to it's really up to the manager to do all the work. I think that's a big misconception for everyone listening who wants to
Yes.
dip their toes in pageantry. You cannot just rely fully on your team, on your manager. You really have to do the work yourself.
Yes.
And it should really come from you, the initiative to be a mister. I mean, of course, you need a team. It takes a village to make a king and a
Exactly.
queen. But I really think it's the desire should really come from you, and that's how you motivate yourself to keep pushing. Because pageantry is a lot of a mental game. Yeah, I've spoken about this.
It's just like anything. It's in sports, in school. It's
Yeah.
really a mental thing,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, everything really is a mental thing, but like looking at pageantry, it's you would think it's more physical, but it's definitely a lot of mental acrobatics, if you would say that,
yes.
because it's a lot of things to do and a lot of things to be all at the same time. You have to look good, you have to be smart, you have to be talented, and at all times. So it's really hard. So I think what I've learned from my previous experiences, it really should come from you. You cannot you cannot just rely on others to do it for you. It really should be yourself. Yeah.
It's the same thing with kanang estudyante ta. Let's take it plainly lang. Mo eskwela ta, dili man kay ang atuang ng katunan sa tong ginikanan ra ang atong set of values, di ba? Dili lang sad kay kung unsay gi-enhance from home, pinag-adton tong eskwelahan ug unsay gi-enhance sa ato ang teachers. Yeah, no matter unsa pay gitudlo sa imong ginikanan, no matter unsay gitudlo sa imuhang eskwelahan, sa imong mga maestra, ug unsay gi-enhance, it all also, the 50% actually of the 100% is that of sa bata,
Yes.
sa tao, sa imuha. And then perhaps the 25% or the 25% is gikan sa atong ginikanan at home. The 15% comes from the school, and the remaining percent sa society or sa mga friends o mga outside. But the 50% actually, that's the way I
That's the
say it,
biggest,
ha.
yeah.
Ang kon, it's imuha. Ug unsa kay bisag unsaon, di ba? Namang giubang tao nga bisag unsaon na tugtudlo, bisag unsaon na to, naagid siya gid ang
Yeah,
iyaha.
naagid.
Because kanang though he takes in bits and pieces sa family, sa parents ug sa school and learnings niya sa iyang mga friends, yes, it goes hand in hand. But at the end of the day, it's your choice,
Yes.
you, because you're selling yourself.
Most
Isn't it the
definitely.
same time? It's the same thing with pageant. Nga bisag unsaon kag equip, tudloan ka personality development, pasarela training,
Exactly,
at anang klaseng with your glam team and everything. When you're on stage, ikaw ra na sa stage.
Exactly.
And everything there, it's you and your mindset. So kung wala kay mental kanang imuhang psych, imong kaugalingon, it goes out sa imong aura. You know? And that's what I see in you, especially you are very confident when it
Wow.
comes to, especially when you're with your nudity. When I say nudity, dili tanan
Yeah.
ha nga hubo ha,
Yes, yes,
because of course you love you just love of all, you love the swimwear.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm guilty.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you get. I think the reason for it is because you get your energy from the crowd.
Yes, that's what I was explaining in our previous
Yes,
episode.
mao na siya. But then
Yeah.
I actually I watched some of the videos and
Okay.
and then I really see it.
Mhm.
And then makita yun ako sa imong mata. I think this what makes you stand out sometimes, especially when you're modeling mga underwear and all the swimwear, all those things. It's because makita yun ako ba nga, oh, you really just enjoy this. And it's not because of anything else. It's because it's not just the confidence. It's because you see it as an art form.
Mhm.
It's a different way of seeing it.
Yeah.
I think, would you believe that kanang mga ingon ana, the negative connotation when it comes to swimwear, it's because of how people really is thinking, or this the
Yeah.
way
The mindset.
the mindset.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
can you elaborate further on this one? Because mao man gud ilaha they daghan katong mga especially conservative
Yes,
ones.
yes.
It's not just the males, of course, of females nga kanang they take it as an equate it in as to sex.
Mhm.
They equate it on that one. So mauna siya ang problema. Oh, by the way, hi Neil, how are you? Neil Arceo. Oy, ang ako ang one of my kauban sa Sundays Club. Hi Dong Neil, how are you? Shout out to you. Thank you for listening. Okay. Ang ilahabang the way ang thinking, usahay mo sa ning ang mga organizers ilahang kuan ba kay gusto nila tangtangon ang swimwear.
Mhm.
It's one of those controversial nga
Yeah,
competition in ana. But ako, the way I see it, for me, it's about you, your body, the confidence in your body, and how confident are you in your own skin.
Yeah.
It's like you flaunt your your body. There are flaws there. There are stretch marks and all those things. But you know what? I'm okay. I'm accepting this. It
Yeah.
tells you that's how I see it
Mhm.
with pageantry, with males and females. With you, how do you see it? And do you agree with me when I say that it's about mindset and it's about
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
perceive it? Okay,
I
go ahead.
definitely agree with you, Miss G. It's so funny because my co-candidates and I were talking about this something similar.
Uh-huh, okay.
It was backstage and we were about to do the swimwear. We were like, this was for the preliminaries and we had a chance to talk backstage and we were saying that there are certain poses that can be provocative of that
Yes.
let's say mindset. It's really also up to you if you really want to be associated or let's say tagged as being bastos or
Right.
thirst trap like that. So I think it's really up to the person as well. Because for me personally, I try my best to really pose make it more sporty or fun rather than it being super sexy.
Super sexy.
Yeah, because I don't want to give the impression of like
Especially sa ato di ba?
Yeah.
Nga, sa ako ang panahon, labi na the female pageantry is we've been kanang gibutang mi ba nga na connotation niya mga first class nga mga whore,
yes.
sorry for the word,
Yes.
kanang mga ana ba. And it's the same thing with the males, I think. Nga mo bag adto dito magtapok unya kuan, which is sa akong panahon naa na siya karon mo sa gihapon, but ang ako lang tabawag naman lahatin.
Bitaw,
Diba?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
There's
Lars.
an exception to
Yes,
the rule.
oo, sige.
Yeah, we were talking about this. So I remember one specific candidate, Mr. Lucena, who actually won Mr. National Universe. We were talking about certain poses that could tawago na mo og pang bikini open na.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to you talk to your trainer or something that, of course, if you do sexy poses, it's gonna give that connotation. So it's better to be to put your own flair and a little sexiness, but keep it PG.
Yeah, make it PG.
Yeah.
I think our listeners and our viewers have to understand that there's a with pageant, it's different manggod the swimwear competition as opposed to the bikini open. Dili
Yeah.
siya it's two different things. When they see manggod nga kanang swimwear, murag ang dating nila mura sila kanang ang ilang hunahuna is the bikini open thing.
Yeah.
Especially sad karon yan, there are some pageants, not all, nga kanang mag-exhibition na sa jud ang mga ato ang mga kandidata ba nga mura na sa siya bikini open. Yeah, so depende sa good siguro sa kanang kuan, but the way I see it manggod, the pageants manggod elegante manggod siya para nako.
Yeah.
So that even in the swimwear, it has to be elegant.
Exactly.
Ingon ana akong standard ba sa akong mindset ba nga kinahanglan gid siya nindot siya nga dapat ang mo project ang imong confidence, ang imuhang how confident you are with your body and all those things. So with your poses, it does it also follow gid ba nga kinahanglan na adjud kay magkasinabot mo sa cameraman or sa kanang the production team and everything. Kay especially with the swimwear and the poses nga ingon ana naa man sa uban. Di ba nga kanang mas biga gamay ka kana bitong ingon ana.
Yeah.
How do you handle this?
I mean, especially right now in the age of social media and the hunger for the views, for because people actually earn their living and it's their bread and butter for
correct.
like
and then vanity is number one
that as well. Yeah.
to earn or to sell.
Of
Yes,
course.
okay. Sige,
so there are a lot of candidates, not specifically to this pageant, that are like pushing boundaries, should I say, in pageantry, that it becomes a bit cheap and not classy anymore. So, agoy. So I hope that let's keep the pageantry space elegant, especially for the swimwear part.
Nga kuan mo. I think that's one of the reasons na karon like in sa mga babae ilan ang butangan og kanang murag cover gamay para dili kaayo kuan ba dili kaayo
malaswa.
sa laswa kay tanan yun ana kay we can't help it. There will always be opposing and approving. Ginamawagtan sa tong society na ay mo judge nga bati naasay mo ingon nga nindot, and then there murag ato na lang sad sigurong i-meet halfway, and then di man gyud pwede sad na there are things nga kanang naa na gyud siya sa competition because it's part of kanang ang swimwear na uban nga mo nang ilahang mabutang sila kapakapa ingon ana, or instead of a swimwear ang ilahang gibuhat is ilan na lang gifunwear para dili kaayo koan. But ako lang sad, for me it's as long as kanang dili siya kanang super skimping as swimwear nga mura na sa jug kanang band-aid na lang sa jud anyan ana because there are a lot no okay aliso na ng band-aid okay nigkatangtang ba nga kanang dili na siya adhesive kaysa na naguy unsaon na lang kanang mura na siya check din niya, perhaps kana that's something else. But for the male and the female, we want to also emphasize that of course the elegance and the decency gihapon despite the fact nga nag-swimwear, di ba? Nga kanasang wearable sa gyud siya. Nga kumuadto sa kanang dagat o muadto sa dagat pang swimming sa gyud siya. Dili lang sa gyud siya nga kanang for the sake nga kanang kuan lang siya pang fashion lang gyud siya or ingon ana, because it defeats the purpose also when you say swimwear competition and you cannot use that one for swimming. Di madaghan kis tanan. So I see you as somebody who's very confident with your own skin and your own body. Were you always like that as a child?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I mean, let's say 5 years ago, I would not even take my shirt off in the beach.
Oh, really?
I was that conservative. I come from a very conservative family, and that's funny though when I say that, because my dad's like a model, and he was
but
like,
still you can be conservative even though if you're a model. It doesn't follow nga just because naa ka sa nga industry nga dili ka conservative.
That is true. So I was never really confident. I was a bit chubby as a kid, so I would have, if you would have told me like I would be like walking on stage in underwear. I think really what helped me was the bench fashion show.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause-
I saw that one.
Yeah, because I mean, like Mo Arena, that's like thousands upon thousands of people.
Grabe
And-
yun, as
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
What about like wall to wall?
Yeah. And you're walking in your underwear. So I think after that, I really got the confidence to like, I mean, I've done this before, even in bigger arenas, so might as well. And for me, Miss G, honestly, when I've actually heard that a lot, that I'm so confident in the swimwear, I'm so confident in everything, because for me, when I walk out that stage, it's all or nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do not make a mediocre out of the stage. That's your mindset.
Yeah, that's my mindset. I mean, in life in general, my biggest fear is to be ordinary. Yeah. So whatever I do, I always give my 100%.
Yes.
So if it's not everyone is given the chance to ramp this stage or perform, so do your best. Yeah. Make it worthwhile.
Right. Okay. When you say that one of your biggest fear is
Being ordinary.
being ordinary, I think the way I see it, it's basically nga, di masiguro na siya hinambugero, di
Yeah.
masiguro na siya hinambog. It's basically saying that you look at me, the unique me.
Mhm.
Because one way or another, you have to realize, lain-lain man ta. So, kitang tanan, dili man kita ordinary. Good.
Yeah.
Kay, we're all different. But at least, naadyo ka ba nga, people would, makahinumdum, naay tatak,
Yeah.
that you leave an imprint.
Impression. Yeah.
An impression, an imprint to people, especially those people na kanang para nimo are important to you as well.
Yeah.
Nga they would remember you for that one. Because if you're gonna do this, you're in this industry and you just want to be ordinary, then what for?
Yeah.
Diba? But it's not also saying nga nangita ka o kanang napapansin ka or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's lahi man good, di ba? Lain-lain ang
Yeah.
tao. So it's just like kami diri sa radio. We do this sometimes crazy stuff and all these things, and then we do dancing, we do TikTok and all those things, and then there are people who will say nga uy kuan kayo kay mga sige gapo, sige gapapansin. Let me kayo na ba? I'm sorry, darling, but this is a radio show. This is
Yeah.
broadcasting. This is media.
Yeah.
You're supposed to let people engage, and that's
Exactly.
one way.
Mhm.
I'm not doing this just because I'm just doing this.
Yeah.
It's part of,
Yeah.
and with the pageant industry,
Much more.
much more because
Yeah.
you are marketing yourself.
Yeah.
And this is where a lot of people, nga daghan kay kanang mga saway, daghang bashers, and all these things, and kanang iba na OA or overconfident asad kay na siya, or hambugira. You have to understand niya. We don't do this nga kanang just for the heck of it. There's a reason aside from the fact that it is our job. It
Yeah.
is,
Yeah. It is
diba?
the job. Yeah.
And then you gisweldohan ka to walk, and
Yeah.
then you just walk there lang.
Yeah.
So you really have to give it that edge, that uniqueness. Nga inigawas nimo ayun tatak Lars Dawson. Di ba?
Yeah.
You have that and you see it and then you stand out. Because me, I always I watch my girls and like kamo mga models nga kuan, and then I look at the person kung unsa iyahang edge, unsa iyahang kuan.
Yeah, I think that's also really important to really maximize your edge and maybe like use it to your advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kay that's your selling point.
Exactly.
Kay
Yeah.
syempre daghang models. So what is it that is in you? What's about you? So why should I get you as a model
Yeah.
or as a why should why should you win, di ba?
Yeah.
The pageant itself. Okay. So you're very confident. We are talking right now about the swimwear, and then which leads to the connotation on sex and promiscuity,
Yeah.
which a lot of people is. I don't know why they would equate it on that one. Now, when you say pageantera or pageant, these are, na siya. Though, unfortunately, yes, perhaps it is happening.
Yeah.
It is happening.
is.
There are a lot.
Yeah.
So, I already asked you about this. If I could ask this, a little bit controversial, but we
Yes.
are after all talking about ADAN,
Mhm.
and these are one of the ups and downs. We're going to talk about the ups and downs of pageant,
Wow.
and being as a male. Init na, no?
It's getting hot.
Getting
in here.
hot in here. Okay. And one of those is, kana siya, usa sa to ang mga challenges. I would understand kay ako mismo sa during my time.
Yeah.
Okay, sa bata, pretty man sa tagamay.
Wow. Antod karon, Miss G.
Oh, hala,
Antod
thank
karon.
you.
Ah.
Okay.
Woo!
Kinahan ko ni mo chubby boy, kay automatic kikikasulan. Kinaabag sa diha. Okay. During my time in younger days, naasad, it's because ang ilang thinking, kung contestant ka, you're looking for money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unlike karon lahi na kay ang mga kargado sa mga pilay karon naa sa mga kwarta na. Sa among panahon, it's nahog siyang mura siyang
Business na.
kuan siya baka ng panginabuhi sa uban.
Yeah.
And when you join this kind of pageant, sometimes it's because it's of the monetary.
Yeah.
And this is where a lot of katong panahon na mo the DOMs kana usually mag-line up kay anha di mangita og gwapa nga babay himuon nila og kanang ilahang love of the lifetime baka na nila or unsa baka na nila whatever. So I've had those as well during my younger years, mga indecent proposals and all those things. Does it happen ba also with the males? Sa male pageantry, do you know friends? Or did it happen to you also ba as in your journey? Okay. Without na lang, di lang kita ma-mention mga
Wow.
name, ato lang i-ana-ana gamay, karang koan. But this is it. This is reality.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So this is all about pageant, the ins and outs. So the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And then perhaps we can take into context what the good thing that is happening in such a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah? Nila kayo magkahapnig
Yeah,
sa...
yeah, nindot,
Yeah,
nindot,
okay.
nindot.
So let's go into that one.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's a bit controversial.
Kinahalan ka magpaypay?
No. To answer that question, yeah, I think it's happening. It's still happening, unfortunately,
Yeah.
as bad as it is. But I know of some friends. Nothing really comes to mind. If I think there was for sure some indecent proposals geared towards me, but I think there's a thing that on avoiding those types of things.
Right.
I mean, going back to what I've said, if you're being provocative in your poses, especially in social media right now, I mean, everyone's like out there and public. So if you wanna attract those types of proposals and those indecent chats, I mean, right now it's like all in the chat. So
Oh, yeah. One chat away.
one chat
Yeah.
away, yes. I mean, I assume before it used to be it probably came from the manager and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but this time it's super easy. So I think if
Mo follow lang ka.
Yeah, mo
Hindi
follow
mo
lang ka.
message lang ka.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
there's a lot of people who are like hinting those types of stuff, but you could easily tell. I mean, if you are in the industry, you would
Right.
know, what these types of people want from you. So I think it's really up to you to entertain and to block those types. And I think just some juicy tea for the audiences.
Okay, sige,
Yeah.
go.
There was actually one who offered it wasn't really an indecent proposal. It was a dinner at his home. So I mean, of course, of course, you would know what comes next.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you invite yourself to someone's home
Right.
if you wouldn't like just the both of you?
Right.
Yeah. If you don't want anything like that. He was some big, always on TV. Yeah. So-
mo man na usually gyud niya maikog ka kay kanang well known or dako nga tao
Yeah.
in ana ba, so yeah, I was like
Yeah.
thinking of what happened to me as well during my
Wow.
time, but yeah, a lot of lessons learned, which I will eventually share after
Yeah.
this one. Okay, go ahead.
And I think that one of the I probably shouldn't share this, but I think the craziest my co-candidate's experience, he was like offered more than $1 million, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, for something. Yeah, so yeah, it's quite rampant in pageantry still, which is really sad, to be honest. But I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Dali na kaayo manggudron. Kaya sa unang panahon, they have to learn, you get your number.
Yeah.
Kay tax cellphone naman gud to sa unang panahon. Or if not, mo adto sa balay. Ingon
Yeah.
ana ba? It's kind of sad for those nga kanang, especially nga, kanang, perhaps siguro no choice or they really needed the money or
Yeah.
something that, there were those who actually go for it.
Yeah.
But I'm just so thankful nga on my side it's the family is my grandparents and my parents are old money. So but not me, only them.
Only that.
They are old money.
Uh-huh.
Sa and munang at least siguro mo katong time dili, but if I had to look back and siguro og naasag ko'y kuan, I still wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Number one, why? What for?
Yeah.
Can I just not have a job, take a job?
Yeah.
Perhaps that's something else. Going back to sometimes we are so lazy that we want easy money, or
Yeah.
that's kada bitong
Exactly.
dali ra.
Uh-huh.
Ang sometimes it's not, you have to learn that what in everything that we want is always hard work.
Yeah.
And these are things that eventually ikaw niya, if you have kids, you have to teach your kids nga everything is not
Doesn't come easy.
yes, and it doesn't come in a silver,
Yeah.
plate, and it doesn't dili siya spoon fed.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want something, you have to really work for it, and you work for it with enough decency. You have to give them that values, the family values nga, set of values nga hugot
Yeah.
nga para eventually they get to learn to about life nga inikadagko nila. They would also set boundaries on themselves, and I think you got that. You have that set of values you learn from your parents,
Yes.
being a conservative family, and with that's why you're able to handle
Mm-hmm.
despite of it, and then you having to go through with it, you get also to embrace the person you are.
Mm-hmm.
Nga you get to know, or you get you take it as a challenge nga ikaw mismo you can set boundaries to yourself na it is okay to say no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's what, diba? So we transcended
Yeah.
the negative and make it
A
into a positive.
positive.
That's what personality development is all
wow,
about.
that's right.
That's what I do with my so kanang
Students.
pananglitan naa siya mga bati nga mga traumas and all these things. We talk about it, and then we transcend it. We make those kanang bad things that happen, and then we take into context atong tan-aon nga kanang bisag trauma na siya or bati na siya. Tan-aw na to na ay nindot ana.
Yeah.
Ato you look at it in a different direction. Kanang bati nga nahitabo nimo, ato kunong balihon ang cup. Tan-awa og naabay nindot diha dapita. Kanang
That's a really good
yes,
mindset. Yeah.
that's the kind of mindset niya. Muna every time na ako'y tudloan, muna akong itudlo yun sa ilaha. Nga you look at it because there will always be bad things.
Yeah.
If there's good, there's always going to be something bad. And you need to be ready to handle it.
Yeah.
And then with you, I think it goes back to you having that very solid set of values that you learn
Thank you.
as a child, and your parents, especially your dad, kanang imong dad, and of course having a manager or
Yeah.
having somebody nga who treats you with respect,
Yeah.
and and perhaps you are fortunate enough to work with people nga kanang naa sa town sila dila kadasa naa
Yeah.
sila kanang kuan ba nga mo set sa boundaries nga not to exploit somebody. Kay mo man ay problema sa ato ang pageant world. There are a lot of people who tends to think that we can be easily exploited,
Yeah.
'di ba? So what do you say to those nga mga tao nga ang ilahang negative connotation is that when you talk about pageants, when you talk about a beauty queen or a beauty king, that we are always into promiscuity. Nga kana bang ingon ana ba kay sometimes mo gina ang madungan beauty queen. Kanang ilan nang naisip ka nang murag sa tawag aning murag status quo na ka na gi kuan na kadaan gi tagaan na ka og kanang murag judgment niya mauna ka ingon ana ka diha kay naa ka nakaset ka diri. Same thing with mga BPO. Me, I was a BPO also niya kanang tawgon nila call girl and call boy.
Oh, really?
Kana bitang mga ingon ana. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
And then you put it on that one. So mga bayaran when it comes to, it's kind of
Yeah,
unfair. Kadili
it's
mong
super.
gutanan.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with the pageant. Or maybe it sa murag tanan, it's not just on pageantry, it's not just maybe on the different like me being a single mom,
Yeah.
hot mama. There's just
Wow.
something about being a single mom. Mas
Oh.
ko na ama humuk og ilong. Kinapit ang mga inana,
Yeah.
we are being
Mhm.
discriminated or we're being na siya term.
Mhm.
You think of a term go drop nga gibutang na kadiha.
Mhm.
Unsa na siya na term? Gibutang na kadiha nga when you say single mom pok ingon anak ka. Yeah.
Categorize?
So,
Categorize,
categorize na nga ingon anak na diha dapita because of that one. So, more siya double standard.
Double
Kumbaga,
standard,
there you
yeah.
go. I was like thinking and my mind was like doing this and that.
Wow.
Di ba? The double standard. So,
Yeah.
especially with single moms. Mama, humukog ilong na, dali ra na. Kanabitang ingon na, oh my goodness. Kung kahibaw pala kag unsa kagay. Okay.
Yeah.
We've been there. We've had the ups and downs and we are anadmi nga kami rang usa.
Yeah.
So, don't just say nga dali ra.
Exactly.
Kana man yan, ano ba? You haven't been in our shoes.
Yeah.
I think it's not
Major
just
props. Yeah.
Yes, it's not just. So it's the same thing with kuan male and female. Mas daghan man good maigo ang sa LGBT di kaayo. It's more on ilaha, it's more on sa discrimination sa
Yeah.
ilahang rights to equality and equity. Sa atoa kitang makonota dinhi the males and the females kana diha dapita. So we transition it to discrimination. Okay, when you say this, it's about discrimination and bullying.
Mhm.
Have you been bullied when you were younger? Nindot
Honestly.
kinakaana, no?
Yeah.
But that's a
Yeah.
very difficult question put
Yeah,
yeah.
But probably I was, but
Mhm.
I think my parents loved me enough to.
Nga mo rabag.
Murag, I don't mind. Like, okay, that's more on. I think at a young age, I was already taught that it's in the bully's problem. It's not in you. That if someone bullies you, the problem is with that bully. It's not on you.
Right.
So I think learning that at a really young age, it really helped me cope with bullying. But because honestly, I don't remember like a very specific, or it's not really like nothing pops up in my head. Like I mean, probably when I was a kid, like like your classmate taking on your snacks or something
Right,
like that. But
But sometimes it's boys being boys
Yeah, it's
or
just-
kids
yeah,
being kids,
yeah,
right?
it's I never really took it personally. Yeah, so I think lucky enough I was
stable man good the
Yeah.
family. Yeah, kuan ani gitudluan jud ka ba? That so hugot ka. So I think di kay ka dali masway.
yeah.
But what would you think? Like for example, if there's somebody a high school or especially mga young ones, and then sometimes kanira bang bullying would transcend to kanang grabe kayo nga mental anguish
Yeah.
to the point nga they would commit suicide.
Exactly.
What will you tell somebody who has been bullied?
I mean, being bullied is probably I could only imagine you probably feel so lonely and I don't know, depressing. I mean, I've been like I as a kid I was very anxious as a kid. Yeah, so it wasn't really I wasn't really bullied, but I was more anxious, like separation anxiety from my mom or my parents, and being in school and the pressure to always be the best. Yes, my mindset, as I've told you.
Yeah.
So I think I would equate bullying to that feeling of mine, which was very significant as a child, the anxiousness. So it could feel alone, and you could feel alone a lot of times. So I think it's important to know if you're being bullied that you could always ask for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's as kids or like as teenagers, it will be like angi sumbongiro, sumbong mama. I think it's ano naman kung sumbongiro. Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong at all. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, especially if kanang tanaw nimo mas dako ni nako niya murag di gid ni, or if not para maybe as a kid what you were thinking is musamot gini kadako ug mas magkigsinumbagay pa jud ko, mas may pa
Exactly.
siguro nga ana na lang kay mao sa ni nakapait kay the more mo sumbong ka, the more sad ka nga may
Initan.
bully ka or
Aha,
initan
aha,
ka,
aha.
which should not be that, that's what I always tell my kids. If somebody will bully you, especially in school, you tell your advisor.
Yeah.
If your advisor dili maminaw, then that's the time the parent
We'll step
muadto
in.
na
Yeah.
will step in.
Yeah.
Kaya ako, as much as possible, especially if kaninang mga 12, teen, 12, 13, kana diha, they have to, I want them to learn to fight their own battles.
Yeah.
So, if kana diha, isulti sa, umusumbong, okay, why don't you tell your kanang teacher
Supervisor,
and then your advisor. If dili gani buhatan og kanang lihok sa imong advisor, then that's the time I probably would write a letter first
Yeah.
to the advisor nga mo ni muna. Ug di pa gyud then musaka na.
Yeah.
That's the time ato na siguro sa anis
Principal.
principal or ato sa prefect of discipline.
Oh,
Kay
yeah.
murag ana-ana step man na. Ug dili na gyud na madala oy mayo na giingon na mukiha na gyud ta ani.
Wow, yeah.
Kay
True.
you know, it's not for anything. You've done your share.
Yeah.
You've reached out to the school and this and it's still happening and
Yeah.
then they're not doing anything. So
Exactly.
but do it by step.
And I think it's also important to really take action because
Yes.
it's the only way to stop these things. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
because sometimes people would think it's okay.
Yeah.
And then you said, "Oh, I forgive you this and that's black," and then they do it again.
Yeah, it's not nice to normalize.
Exactly. It's not more on kaya ang ilang magunghuna-huna ni mouse ka. No, it's more on like, hey, this is wrong and it has to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
You did something wrong. You broke the law. There should be punishment.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's not for anything else. You know. That's why you go through the process. But naman sa uban nga diretso nga ay sa kisanan.
Yeah.
Nga yung mga
Power
parents.
tripping.
Oo,
Yeah.
kanang mga ingon ana nga parents ba nga kanang kumahimo pwede naman guta ta storyahan. Yeah, tanang klaseng koan, but this and that. But I guess you were really very lucky. But you never had that one. Or if you did have that one, you're just very, very contented with the love and affection that your
Yeah.
parents have. It's like, oh, bullying na dito.
Yeah,
Kanang ingon ana.
exactly. Uh-huh.
Because looking at you right now, you're like thinking, man, Jude.
I think
ka huna-huna ba?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think something to do with that as well is I was kind of like I was always tall.
Yeah.
And I was
You're
big.
on the big on
Yeah,
the side.
so
Someone about
I was never really the type to like someone you could easily bully.
uh-huh. Okay, atong balihon. Have you bullied somebody? Kana.
Oh, wow.
Because you're big, you're tall. and
That's
all
why I
those
wasn't
things.
bullied because I was the bully. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, kana ngayon ana or you?
No. I think one thing also is that I was in a very small school, so I wasn't really exposed to a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So I think that's also like another thing that
One
I
of the
wasn't as
factors siguro
Yeah,
na.
yeah.
Nga, kung gamay ra kaayo ang kuan, assignment, you treat each other as family, magstorya ra.
Yeah, and we were like classmates for like since
Journeying mo kumbaga.
grade 1 to like 6.
Di kaila na gyud. Nay ginagmay away kamo-kamo
Yeah.
na lang ang magkuan. Okay, let's go to pageant. Was there a time that you were discriminated? That you felt like you were discriminated?
Yeah, probably.
Tell us about that one.
A good example, maybe in my not this pageant, in the other pageant, there was like I think it's crazy. I mean, thinking about it, it's actually crazy when you're judged about because you know it's common. Like, you're judged on your physical, you're judged on your beauty. I mean, of course, beauty pageants.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think one thing that surprised me is you're being judged for your online presence. For your followers.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, and
like you told me ba ya no nga sometimes ba ya para part of your kuan niya mo out ka sa kanang para mag-mental kuan ka ba?
Yeah,
Nga,
social
imo
media
siya,
detox.
the detox
Yeah,
ka.
yeah.
Kay it could really help actually,
Yeah,
but
it
this
does.
time you cannot because you have to engage. You
Yeah,
have to.
true. I think that was like I wouldn't I'm not sure if discriminated is the term, but I felt like we especially to the fans, and as I've said, it was like a powerhouse. It was an all-star cast. So I felt like I wasn't famous enough to be here, or like I had
puros mga banggitan na napel. Yeah.
So like I mean, pageantry is show business in a way. So
Yes.
you really need to promote yourself, market yourself. So
You have to have the right backer.
Yeah.
Kanang mga ingon ana.
And it was quite hard for me to be it's kind of hard to put it in words, but like I don't have like the online support system
Right.
in followers, or because I was like because I think one of the reasons as well is I kind of jumped straight to a national pageant, so I wasn't
Right.
like
Wala ka nagsugod sa
Yeah.
kuan. Nag-school base ka and then diretso na dayon. Wala ka
Exactly.
mo agi like sa city.
Yeah. So
Ano?
I wasn't able to gather as much supporters as others have done who are like seasoned pageant.
But that was that
kings.
time. But
Yeah.
karon you have a lot of followers. You
it's
you have a lot
alright.
of followers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you do have. Kaya yun
Uh-huh.
na. Okay, like ako, no, I don't, my followers are just my friends, you know. For me, man good, it's about the station.
Yeah.
So as long as the station has a lot of followers and they follow me through the station or the to TMC, that's fine with me. Sa ako, I post in my but dili kayo ko kuan into social media. It's okay if I have followers. It's okay if I don't have followers. Ingon ana but so far the show is picking up. It's
Yeah,
actually okay
yeah.
as what Kuya Magic has told me.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. Especially that we're focusing on pageants. And pageants, dili kay ka makadungog kayo ani og talk show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
ingana.
yeah.
There is one with my dear Amega, si Fritz, which is podcast iyahan na siya sa Facebook. Laagan sa Subo.
Lagan to Subo.
Yes.
Hello, Mommy Fritz.
Hi, Fritz. How are you? The ever gorgeous. And then, you know,
Yes.
it started with her. This one is a hybrid. It's more on our radio talk show and this and that. And so far, it's the only one pa.
Yeah.
Nga ako ang nabantayan. With this one, we focus on pageants and, of course, our social responsibilities. So, diha dapita, you think it's really one of those factors nga ngano tong wala sad because of the social media presence.
Yeah.
So murag you think that way perhaps is the reason why wala ka naka-place or wala ka nakitaan or wala ka na kuan is
Yeah.
perhaps one of the factors.
Yeah, I would say that.
Mhm. Would you also say ba nga one of the factors is monetary sometimes?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, not necessarily directly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of course your wardrobe. Yeah. And you're like to maintain yourself, you need a
Skincare and all.
skincare and all, yeah.
Yeah, atong mga ngipon dyan and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's more evident in the female arena
Yeah.
rather than the male. Because I mean, we don't usually wear like a lot of makeup every
Right.
single day.
Powder naman
yeah,
ginakargado
or
nga
something like
kuan.
that. Yeah, or like something
Different rin yun ang sa lalaki because you
Yeah.
really have to be naturally, physically good looking.
Yeah,
As opposed sa babae, because ang babae, when it's a female pageant, makeup man
yeah,
good.
makeup and the
Powder lagi ng inyo ha. So if powder na diha, makita na diha, gwapo yun yung tawhan na. Mo yun na diha.
Yeah.
Unlike sa female, nga niga na, gwapo. Uy, hala, lain na siyang na.
Walay makeup.
That's the difference with the male and the female nga. Sa inyo ha, makaingon jud ka ba sa mo appeal gani ni siya og kanang pageant sa nga male nga pageant. Kaning tawhan na gwapo yun physically.
yeah,
Oo. And the more pag yun, because me, I'm more, mas ma-impress ko, actually, I'm more of a brain. Oo.
yeah,
First is that connection. Dili kayo, of course, na yun ang physical, no? But, masabawan. Me, it's more on, after the connection, it's kana yung, the way musturya and the wittiness sa kanang lalaki. Because dili ba kargado.
Yeah.
You don't see that.
especially in the pageant scene.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't see that. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, he might say Q&A, he might appear very intelligent and
Yeah.
this and that. But once you go and have a conversation
yeah.
with that somebody, diha nimo makita tagilid man gamay,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, me I'm it's more on that one as opposed to sa kanang sa physical that is, kana sa lain-lain man.
Bitaw,
Nasa
bitaw.
uban sad physical sad ingon ani. But me it's more on that. It's the one who gets my humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones who gets my kanang the quirkiness, you know, kumbaga. That's where I see it. So the discrimination, it's still there, especially with male pageant, and
Yeah.
then the status quo and the double standard,
Yeah.
it is existing.
It definitely
Yes.
does.
Kasi sometimes naman naman good nga, kay ang babae, ang lalaki. And we're dwelling more, this is the reason why I call this topic ADAN.
And then,
Because as much as possible, we want also to get unsa man gyud ang pagkalalaki. Unsa man gyud nga nganong there are times di man gyud magkasinabot ang babae ug lalaki. Kana bitang ingon ana.
Yeah.
So these are the things because with men you are more calculated. When it comes to kanang sa mga emotion, mas maka-control mo
Yeah.
sa inyong mga emotion. And then even if you're like hurting sometimes, even if you want to cry, you have to maintain that masculinity.
Exactly.
Kung muhila kuno ka,
Yeah, you show your vulnerable side. It's not manly.
it's not
Yeah.
manly.
Uh-huh.
Either that or you're gay, something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
not true.
Yeah.
Because, it is encouraged to cry. Tears are there. It's free. It's for cleansing purposes. But it's more on kuan siya naka-categorize siya nga dapat ang babae na moy mo kuan we're confusing sometimes na that man is from Mars, women is from Venus, when
Yeah.
in fact, you know what, we are all on Earth, honey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's a matter of communication
Exactly.
and collaborating with one another.
Mhm.
Okay, let's talk about religion. Do you think religion plays, before we go to the earth and we
Yes.
talk about environment,
Okay.
kitang problema sa
Yeah,
environment.
yeah, yeah.
So, this is pageantry and we talk about social responsibility.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, my question is this. Do you think religion plays a part on our social construct? The way we, how we should act, how we should react, how the society should react? Because when you say social construct, it's about we make this out of ourselves,
Yeah.
out of the majority.
Mhm.
But majority of the reason why we perceive such as this, especially with the word conservativeness, promiscuity, sex, and education, it's because of our religion.
Yeah.
Do you think? Well, yes, religion does play a part.
It does, yeah.
But does it somehow clip our wings to becoming or having the decision to becoming more of ourselves? Because sometimes we have to think, kay Catholic, kay kuan ang
Yeah.
to ang masuko si kuan ang mga kanabitang mga ina. Yeah, what are your
I
thoughts
mean,
on this?
we are in the Philippines after all.
Yes.
We are heavily conservative. Probably like 70% are devout
grabe.
Christians, Catholics. So I feel like it does play a role, but I think right now it's times are changing.
Yes.
We have modernized. I think people are with the influence of social media
Right.
and the good and the bad.
You're right.
I think we are I wouldn't say being more lenient towards those types of stuff that people can be religious, I mean spiritual, you could say, or have a relationship with the Lord, but this is kind of
I know.
yeah.
Di ba? Kanang,
Yeah.
lisod siya i-kuan. Kay, at the same time, like ako, of course, no, being a Catholic, but, they, kung pageantera ka, this and that, daghan man kayong mga kuan niya, kung swimsuit man ka,
Exactly,
na daghan
yeah.
kay masuko, nga, kuan, especially ang atong mga religious sector nga, mga, kuan, but then, what I've seen is, there are also a lot of, sa ato ang mga, religious sectors nga who are being inclusive
Yeah.
already. And they understand, because that's part of it. Siguro, that's what I say nga meet halfway.
Yeah.
Nga kung mag-swimwear man ganita, not provocative.
Yeah.
Nga to normalize nga murag ingon ana. So we have to also think of the set of values also gihapon. Murag I think that's what some, if not all. Kaya naman giuban nga super traditional. Nga
Yeah.
masuko gyud nga ako kapilan ako nabadlungan sa akong kuan na ako kanang kaila nga pari in town. Badlungan ko kay mubo jud kayo ko tanan o
Oh,
kanang
skirt. Yeah.
But when I think about it, manggod, kung below the knee, manggod, medyo ang akong legs is mubakang manggod ko. So, para dili siya ang kanang bakang, aron mo straight siya, kinahanglan ako siya imubo, kay para mo straight ang ako, ang kuan. Oh. And then, if I wear a dress, mumubo siya, syempre, kataas ko batiis. So, kung mubo ang musulob, of course, knee level.
Yeah.
So for somebody like me nga tag-as og batiis, medyo di masag yung super taas, muinat yun na patsaka.
Yeah.
So masuko in town kay makita na kuno. Inana ba sumuna din ko is the dress not me. Pero kung amigo ko na nako, good kini ingon ana. But makasabot sa ta because the way they are also thought. So but it's a matter of siguro communicating or understanding each other at kanang di man gid siya ingon niya super dako kayo nga butang. Kinahanglan gid nimo ingon ana. But again, because of our strong faith and because of that one, it would really, usay gid makaklip ba yun siya sa wings. Especially if kanang nag-eskwela ka, pareha ng mga pageantera nga naa sa Catholic school. Nga mo appeal og kanang beauty pageant. And that the beauty pageant, kanang kinahanglan ka mag-swimwear. So what would happen is, mag-post diha og picture nga nag-swimwear ka, nga Catholic school ka, agoy, kagubot. Marag ingon ana ba?
That is true.
But then there are a lot of already, siguro it's a matter of communication, mananghid lang kag tarong. Siguro nga mauni mo na diha. But yeah, you do agree with me nga it does clip. Siguro dako og clip no, mga dako porsyento nga mo clip sa imong wings nga di kay kakahunat-hunat og kanang maayo nga you have to think. But I think you looking at it on a positive context, it would also teach us boundaries. Yes. And it would also teach us also nga to atong ikuan atong kaugalingon ba nga this is not for sexiness or anything else. It's about confidence. Kaya di ba naman tayo sa ato, tudloan ta, our body is our temple. So kung ato dihang giparid, yagaan ato ang body, no? Kanang mga anang teaching. No, it's basically saying na it's an art form. It's about confidence. It's how you that you have to look at it in another angle. And then of course, unsa sa purpose, unsa discernment. Ang man og nag-fashion show ka diha og swimwear, di ka mag-swimwear. Di ba? So it's all those things. So again, it's a matter of how you perceive it, which is
exactly.
But ang kargado manggod, it's daghan kay kon taas kay siya nga lalison no. Taas kay siya.
I think also for me, Miss G, no, I don't really have much input or personal experience with this because I think it's different from a girl's perspective and a guy's perspective.
And a guy's perspective. Okay. You tell me about a guy's perspective.
Yeah, because I think society puts a lot more pressure on women.
Women, yes.
Especially with our culture of Maria Clara.
Yes.
Maria Clara and being conservative. Because I think for men, I mean, in our culture, magbahag rabi ato sa una. So,
sa una sa bahag raman ang sa babae, di man magsuod ang upper, ang buhok ra or kanang mga jewelry mo rin nagtabon sa amo ang breast.
That should be a
especially
good
the areola
argument.
nga part. So I guess it's a matter of unsay diha dapita. It's a matter of argument really. Nga naman to sa una. Nga pwede naman yun nga kita naman to halos tanan hubot-hubad. And then wala man, there's no malice, there's nothing dili og kuan because that's what it is. And then karon na noon nga nagsanina na ta daghan na kana bitawng ingon ana daghan na kaayo og kuan ya. And instead nga the more kanang new generation na unta murag man nagka-atras, murag nagka-ingon ana ba. So I guess that dapita timpla-timpla nga kuan. Okay. Going back
to the male perspective. So I mean, like, I think it's more normalized for men to be shirtless, like in the beach or like something like that, rather than I mean, women do also like wear swimsuits, but maybe not as skimpy like in the West or like maybe somewhere in Europe. Right. So I think that's also like the double standard that needs to be addressed within the male and the female sector of beauty pageants.
Yeah. Okay. If you nag-judge naman kasad, no?
Yes.
You've been in what do you look for ba when you're judging a female, a Miss Beauty pageant? What do you look for? Naaman yun tayo atong own niya personal nga mga kuan, nga mga gusto nga kuan, what do you look for? Aside from the fact nga naa ka na, of course, naman yun yung
Like
category or
criteria.
naa criteria.
Yeah.
But even with the criteria, you have your own personal also
Yeah.
nga kanang standard sa imuhang kuan with the criteria.
Yeah.
What do you look for? Okay.
I think,
Introduction and production number. Una-unahon sa nato na.
Sige. But I was gonna answer like
Okay, sige, go.
the main thing that I look for really is consistency. Yeah. But to answer like the
Sige,
introduction,
atong
piece by piece.
Piece by piece.
Introduction, of course, you gotta look for someone who's confident and not faking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in most pageants that I've judged, it's a lot of the candidates can sound super rehearsed. Yeah, and I think it's nice that to be more natural. I think that's what I'm looking for in the introduction part. Yeah.
And then let's move on to the swimwear.
Yeah, swimwear and formal wear. I mainly look at the walk.
It's the walk.
Yeah, it's
ang
the
kuan.
walk.
With the swimwear, you don't look at ang kanang mga tone sa body tone or asa siya nga like mo angle siya. There are certain angles nga as much as possible dili ko ani kay makita akong diri and
Yeah.
and this, but then there are some girls really nga bisan og kanang mo kanang they kanang there's this pose nga open legs closed legs. But there are those nga mo open legs nga ngayon na sa sila because
Yeah.
ang sa ilahang tone.
Yeah.
Don't you also kanang look for that one? Ang tone sa iyahang kuan, ang positioning, the aura, the kind of facial expression.
Yeah. I don't want to get too technical when I'm judging. It's more of like the overall.
The overall
package.
mo na imo, ha?
Because if me as a candidate,
Right.
we have to work on what we have
Yeah,
and like hide the stuff
Hide
that
the
we don't want to show off.
off.
So
Yeah.
it's. I remember like Catriona Gray, like she had to hide her scoliosis with the
Yes,
poses
so that's
and
why
stuff.
the
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah, so I think that's also important for everyone to learn.
Yeah.
Like there is a specific pose that looks good on you and might not look good on the others.
Yeah.
Like for me personally, I have like certain poses, especially in
Yeah, dili,
swimwear, that looks good on me, and there are certain poses that, let's say, like one of my co-candidates looks super good, but
But you try it.
I
dili
tried it. I
ka
was like,
mabay.
yeah,
Oh.
nah, it doesn't
Dili.
look good.
Murag
Yeah.
dili man mao.
So I think it's really important to know your body,
Your body,
and which one
right.
looks good,
And then
yeah.
the more exposed you are wearing a swimwear or wearing that one, the more you get to know
Yeah.
the body. Because of course, ikaw, you would review, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you would look at, oh, dili maayo. Ay, wala ni maayo paglakaw. Because that's what I do.
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
and especially with, I taught my daughter that one na, if ever mangani, you make sure there's a video and then you review the video.
Yeah.
Perhaps this nga, uy na, ang imong kamot, wa maayo pagka-position.
Exactly, yeah.
Ang imong tiil, wa maayo. Kuan na kayo, mugtok ra kay kadinhi. I-relax gamay. Kanang ingon ana ba?
I think that's also why like experience really is the best teacher, as they would say.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because I mean, for me, this is not really my first rodeo anymore. So looking, I should learn
You should
something
learn
from the past. Yeah.
Yeah, from the past nga, mao na siya.
What works and what doesn't. So I think it's important.
Okay, let's not look at it on the perspective. Let's go away from pageant. You being a man, a female. How old are you, gani, Lars?
I'm 24.
You're 24
Yeah.
years old. Okay. Of course, with girlfriend, wala pa.
Wala pa.
Wala pa. Okay. So, mo ni siya, as a man, as ADAN, what do you really look for?
You know,
For in a girl nga kuan dili sad matawag na tog standard nga
Yeah.
kuan perhaps like ako, it's the connection and the witness. So
Yeah.
what do you look for in a girl, and are you looking for ba, or you just want what you call this one what
natural progression.
destiny?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe let's say a few years ago, I had like specific
Checklist,
like,
kumbaga.
checklist maybe, yeah, like, or like, of course, like when you're young, yeah, like especially geared towards the physical side, you want something like this, like that, like that. But I think as I've gotten older, it's, I mean, I still think about the connection a few years back, but I think now it's more of like you can feel and see the importance of connection when you get older.
Right.
Because I mean, it's different when you were like in college or like in school, because like you just need someone who can like maybe do assignments with you, or like be like a trophy
yeah.
girlfriend.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I think now, like, it's really important to be with someone who you can connect with and
Magkasinabot.
magkasinabot yun mo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
Okay.
because it's, after all, it's really like a partnership, and
Right. Exactly.
it's like a team.
You're 24. You're kaedad ka sa akong ikaduha
Oh,
nga anak ni
wow.
Bryce. Well, you know, I have 8, right?
Oh,
So,
wow.
like 7 boys and 1 girl.
Wow, I didn't know that, Miss G.
You're supposed to be friends. We're supposed to be friends in Facebook.
Oh,
You know, you're
wow.
supposed to
I
look
must
at it.
stalk you for a bit.
You
Yeah.
have to stalk me for a bit. But
Yeah.
anyway, I always tell my kids, you know what? I don't meddle with their personal life.
Yeah.
Never had. You can ask them yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's like, di man taon ako'y makikpuyo ninyo oy sa kanang,
Yeah.
you know, as long as magkasinabot mo.
Mhm.
If that's the person, you know, like this and that. And then ako said is, it shouldn't be you have to let your kids or your sons, especially your sons, choose between you and
Yeah.
the girlfriend or the what you call this one, the wife eventually,
Yeah.
if she becomes a wife, because it means that I've failed as a
Yeah.
mom. In the end of the day, kamo manggoy makigpuyo, kamoy makigkauban.
Mhm.
I would, yes, if mangutana og advice, I can give that advice. But mo yung ayaw na siya kay dili, there
Yeah.
are those manggod, no?
Yeah. Mom's like that.
But
yeah.
how much tanga mo ingon tanga ato siyang ikuha na tong kaugalingon, i-rationalize na to ba nga kay di ko gusto masayo pa kong anak. That's part of life.
Yeah. And you just have to let them
Yes,
learn.
You have to let them learn,
Uh-huh.
make them learn sa ilang mistake,
Mhm.
you know, and that's where the trust would come in.
Yeah.
So if your kids would trust you, ang imong mga anak, they would tell you. They'll be more open.
Yeah.
Yeah, mas ganahan na nung kaanak kay at least the communication is there. So,
Yeah.
you know, kay labi na with men, with lalaki.
Especially with men. Yeah.
Because dili man gud parehas babae nga chika mo yan na.
Yeah.
Mo, you need your me time. You
Yeah.
have that boundary.
Mhm.
You have that kanya. So you as somebody, as a partner later on,
Mhm.
or as a you cannot push.
Yeah.
If mo ingon ang bata o dili ganahan taga siya space. Murag ingon
Yeah.
ana ba. I think that's what most men are. Though naay uban dili kay nasa joy uban niya kanang murag yung babae sa batasan pero dili man they're not gay.
Yeah.
But lain-lain man ang tao. But my kids are mostly like that, especially the older ones. Kanang they need their time, they need their space. So I think that's also your
I mean, for me, I still find it awkward to talk to my parents about a relationship and stuff. So I think I'm glad as well that my parents trust me with those types of stuff and just aren't too I don't know, like
Sabahan strict yung kaysanan, nga
Yeah.
tanang lihok. Yeah, especially if you're like me, I started to let go when they were 16, 17.
Yeah.
Nga di na kayo ko mo super hover. I just say, oh, kumusta man? Nga ana. 12, tudlo-tudloan na hinay-hinay na.
Mhm.
But because not all the time you're not around. You have to teach
Exactly.
them to live without you
Exactly.
eventually.
Especially now that I'm flying back and forth Manila and
Right.
Cebu. So I'm glad that my parents are not as tight with are not as strict with my
But you're Cebu base.
I would say Cebu, Manila.
Cebu, Manila.
Yeah.
Pero but
Yeah.
you're kanang
Born and
mostly
raised in
born
Cebu.
and raised, of course, in Cebu. Kaya different man gid ang culture, no? Kaya labi
Yeah.
na sa nakastay man sa jud ka sa US.
No.
Na og kuan gid dito. But the Dawson is your dad. Unsa iyahang nationality? American ba?
Nationality, yeah, I would say American,
American.
but
But he was already kanang dinhi na nagdako.
yeah,
jud.
but like I would. It's a long story.
It's
but
a
like,
long story. Make it short.
I
Okay.
wouldn't say American. I wouldn't say I'm half American. 'Cause
Yes.
basically, being American is like, it's not an ethnic
Right.
background. It's basically like if you're white. So I would say Irish always.
Oh,
Yeah.
Irish.
Yeah,
Okay.
because one of my family, like my cousin, did a genealogy test and it came out Irish. So that's ever since that we don't say American anymore. It's Irish.
Irish. Oh, wow.
Because we didn't grow up in America. Because when you say Phil-Am, that's like
Yeah.
Filipino who grew up
And
in
then
America.
grew up
yeah,
in the
yeah.
States.
Yeah, which is a common misconception, which is I understand. I mean, like
Yeah.
it's been normalized for so many years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, all the foreigners actually are called Americans
For
at
some
one point,
reason,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
Foreigners,
mo na siya, America.
Americano.
Americano ka,
Oh.
but not really. So
Yeah.
you're a fighting Irish.
Yes.
Yes, that's why you know, palaban talaga. Kung giingon pa.
Yeah.
Okay. Your advocacy is focusing as Mr. Earth na yugtaha.
Yes.
Is about sustainability. One of our biggest problems here especially in Cebu City is of course kanatong flood.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've heard a lot of issues surrounding the flood control projects and all those
yes.
things. But my question is this. Is it really just the government? Are we just pushing or focusing the blame
Yeah.
on the government? Or do we, us? Because when you say government, it is we, the people.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you really also have to do our part?
Most
and
definitely.
If we should, what should we do to
Yeah.
sustain this? Okay,
Ah.
Mr. Earth, you're the...
It's super easy to just blame the government, and sometimes it's being normalized to blame the government and to keep blaming. I think that's Filipino culture.
Right.
Blame it on someone, something, someone else. But I think it's really important to look into ourselves as well.
Right.
Very simple practices can make a huge impact. Yeah.
Okay. Sige,
I mean,
go.
I remember
Tanan
one.
ka.
I remember one Miss Earth from the Philippines. Our micro effort will have a macro effect.
Macro effect.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's Karen Ibasco, yeah, Miss Earth some year. So I think that's really true and important.
Yes.
Even from the simplest form of segregating.
Right.
Or I think what really baffles me is when people throw trash in the river.
Ay, nako.
That's
you
just-
and me both.
Yeah,
You
why
and me
do-
three?
I mean, why would people do that? It's ang basura mo babalik sa'yo.
Yes, that's
Exactly.
why.
It's
And then
so
everybody's
crazy.
blaming, we're magkatawa ka because we're pointing fingers.
Yeah, everyone.
This is everyone's responsibility.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
And you're hearing this from Mr. Earth International himself.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Lars. What can you do? Okay.
Wow. I mean, me as an eco warrior, I think I've done my part with clean. We, as I've said a while ago, we have an ongoing project wherein we clean. We collect the plastics and trash from the river cleanups. Then there's like a machine that was
Right.
like provided by Japan, and we turn them into a fluff fuel, which is like honestly, I still don't understand how it turns to fuel, but it's really an amazing technology that
Right.
turns it to fuel. So, but I mean, not everyone has the luxury and the time to be like me and do these stuff. Like, I mean, I understand, but from the simplest forms of not throwing your trash in the rivers or like
Right.
in the canals and just segregating. I think also a big problem with that is the government as well, because trash collection is
Di ha sa
not
dapitan.
regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone has this shared experience that sometimes the basurero comes and
2 weeks after, 3 weeks after. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
I think
magtapunog na.
so I mean, I would imagine like people who are living in the tight knit and like let's say slums,
Right.
trash can accumulate so fast, and if the garbage collection is not as regular, people would probably just dump it in the rivers or somewhere.
Correct. As
So
in.
I think it's not. I wouldn't really necessarily blame it entirely on the government, but they also do play a big role especially in garbage collection.
Yeah. So murabag, instead of pointing fingers, instead of blaming, ikaw because tungod ka na nila, tungod ana nila, I think let's put it this way. Let our government officials or our leaders do their part.
Yeah.
And then we do also our
Yeah.
part.
Exactly.
It's a matter of communication, collaborating, and eventually all this the problems bisan tinuog siguro dugay pa,
Dugay. Yeah.
but eventually we'll get there, hinay-hinay,
Mhm.
basta at least lang nagsigitag kanunay magmatngon ta. Throw your garbage or to throw especially kanang mga plastic,
Yeah.
it's either you recycle or you use it or
Mhm.
you throw it in a proper,
Yeah.
dili magpataka guglabay good kay mag-accumulate, nagtuo sila nga ako ra bitay nakalabay diha, ako ra
Yeah.
nakalabay di makakita, unya og daghan mo di nag-accumulate.
Yeah.
So katong there was a clean up sa Imburnal sa Colon, paggawas daan puros bottled water,
Yeah.
daghan kay tanan.
It's crazy.
When in fact you can actually do so many things with bottled water. Pwede na nimo ibaligya, pwede nimo punduhon.
Mhm.
And then there are companies who use the plastic and make it into something else.
Yeah, recycle, yeah.
Then turn it into katong
Fuel, or
fuels.
some even use it for like bags and
So,
stuff.
correct.
Reusable.
You just try to kanang naaman taig mga agencies sa government nga you can call them, you can ask them, naami daghan diring plastic, naami daghang botilya din hinga plastic, asa man nina mo ibilin, asa na naman ihatag,
Yeah.
nga kanang kuan natay kanang kung asa ni padulngan, mo na siya. Let's stop pointing fingers instead of making reklamo and all those things, and everything would be much better.
Yeah.
Eventually we also need to do our job. Dito magsigilan sa gyaw-yaw, magsigig bash and all those things. And I think this is one thing good about you being part of this is your advocacy, sustainability, because sometimes it's just may lang kay sa sugod.
Yeah.
And then with
Exactly.
imong advocacy, then Mr. Earth ka and all those things. This is what being a pageant king and a pageant queen is all about.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
about you being a role model. It's you setting that tone and creating that making sure that our society is a much better place to live in, and you are becoming a catalyst for change. It doesn't matter how small or how big it is,
Exactly.
as long as you're starting. And before we end, Lars, why don't you say thank you to all those people now who've been supporting you? And then before you say thank you, a message to those aspiring, especially male, mga gusto mag-model o gusto mag-kanang pageant, a message to them. And then before you say thank you to all your followers and all those
Wow.
people who have been supporting you, and perhaps you can plug in kanang sa imong mga upcoming nga mga events, ang katong sa imong organization,
Yes,
kanang kuan, go ahead, you have the floor. And it's raining so
It's
hard.
raining so
it's
hard,
raining
yeah.
men. Hallelujah. Okay.
Okay. My message to all the aspiring male pageants and male pageant contestants and candidates who want to dip their toes in pageantry, I think I don't want to be so cliche and say be yourself or something. I think one of the best advice is really work on yourself.
Work on yourself.
Yeah. Work on yourself and make it worth their while if you want to join a pageant. Yeah, always do your best in everything. And I think pageantry it can be fun, but it also takes a lot of hard work. I think that's really the one of my I wish I had learned sooner that it's not all about the glitz and the glam, and it's not about the not just about, I mean, pageantry, it's not really it's not one-sided, it's multifaceted.
Right.
So you have to do a lot of things. It's not an easy feat. It's not for
Correct.
everyone. So I think if you really want to try it. And if it's for you, then it's for you. Then if it's not, you could always choose another path.
Yes.
And
Okay, sometimes you have to choose, kanang mo choose sila kwarta ba ka or kanang passion ba ka.
yeah.
But for me, I've learned a long time ago nga, sometimes you have to go with your passion because
Yeah.
money will follow actually.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what you did. Okay.
Exactly.
Then go
And
ahead.
Yes, and I think that's my advice. Just do it. Just do it. If you want to be a model, just do it. There's room for everyone and everything. Right now, there's a lot of different options in modeling. You can be a
Right.
commercial, runway. If you never know, I mean, it's really up to you and where you wanna take your career. I mean, in this day and age, there's a lot of inclusivity
Inclusivity,
and
right.
freedom. So we're glad to be born in this era.
I
Yeah.
know.
And
Say thank you to your
Yes.
followers and your supporters, and of course those you want to say thank you to.
thank you so much for everyone who is listening to this afternoon, and thank you so much for this love and support for my recent stint at Mr. International Philippines. And we did clinch the crown for Mr. Earth International. actually okay kayo. Our reigning actually Mr. Earth 2024 is from Cebu, Mr. Nathaniel Chu.
Chu, yeah.
Yes, so
Ngilngig yun, no? Powerhouse na
powerhouse
yun
yun
sa
yan,
Bisag
Cebu.
unsaan yun.
Yes,
Oo.
and I hope next year I'll be able to bring the crown once more here back to our Queen City of the South.
Kanina
Yes.
ana and then in interview gihapon ha.
Yes, definitely, Miss G.
And
for
then bring the
sure.
crown with you.
Yeah, bring the crown with me.
Okay.
And of course, thank you to, of course, Sir Dexter Alazas. Thank you so much for being such a visionary, for molding me, for really, it's so funny because I wrote a message with Sir Dexter.
Yeah.
You really, Sir Dexter really forced me to do all these stuff and all these engagements and speaking.
It's a training ground for you.
Yeah, it was really it was so funny because I just realized it now that it was like I never when it's like I'm in battle right now
Right.
and I already had the training subconsciously or
Right.
unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really him who really pushed me even if I didn't really like it that time. I think I'm really glad that he pushed me to do those stuff. And of course to my parents for being
Yes.
super supportive. I mean pageantry.
Right.
I went from one pageant to another straight. So I thank my parents for really supporting me, especially financially.
Yes, and
Yeah.
for the good genes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for the good genes. Thank you so much. Yes, and to my pageant family in Manila, Mr. International Philippines, thank you so much for this opportunity to represent the Philippines. Thank you for entrusting me with this crown. And of course, to all my followers and to all my friends who are listening and even maybe not listening, will be listening soon. I'll be sharing it on all my socials.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, thank you so much for your undying love and support. I hope you would still continue to support me until in my next stint, which is the international pageant. Which
Ay,
is,
taas pa. You're
Yeah.
still 24. That's not a retiring age.
and even my international pageant, it's
Yes.
like 12 months away because the 2025 edition, I don't know, 2025 edition is happening in 2 days.
2 days pa.
Yeah, in 2 days. Right?
This coming,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, my friend, the previous winner, Eric Godelano, will be representing the Philippines in
Right.
Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I'll be representing next year. So please continue to support me.
So, and that's it. That's all your, any other like runway shows that you're going to be in?
So far, everything's a secret pa.
Yeah, I know with Mommy Dexter. I know
Yeah.
secret pa yan. Ba?
I think there's like some out of town projects. So I'm not sure yet. Nothing's really final. Yeah.
Yeah, but let me know. Let me be first. The
Yes,
first.
of course,
to
of
know.
course.
So, I can actually give it a shout out and everything again. And of course, Lars, thank you so much for being here, for gracing us. Daghan jud kayong salamat.
Thank you so much as well.
Sharing to us imuhang mga thoughts, this one, and for taking the challenge, especially with a little bit of the kanang mga controversial issues.
Yes.
But I make sure man sa jud nga bisag controversial sa light siya gamay.
Yeah. Of course.
Because I always make sure that even if it's a negative or very controversial, we move it and take it into a positive way.
Exactly.
We look at it in a positive way. And that's what Miss is all about. So, mag-istorya lang good. We just collaborate and then we communicate and make something beautiful. I would like to say thank you so much to all the listeners for this afternoon. This is Miss G. You are listening to Miss with Miss G here at TMC 105.1 FM, the most Cebu conversations. We are live streaming on Tops Media Center, FB, TikTok, and the YouTube channel. And again, daghan kaayong salamat sa inyong pagpaminaw. Maayong hapon, Sugbo. Thank you again, Lars.
Thank you so much.